They say Cabinwood was cursed long before Jacob Wren ever stepped foot into it. But what brought the curse back to life was guilt. Jacob wasn't a bad man. Not at first. He was just tired. Tired of the bottle. Tired of the silence. Tired of the accident that stole his wife, Rachel. It had been a rainy night. One of those endless arguments. She begged him not to drive. He did anyway. The next thing he remembered was blood. Glass. Screaming. And then nothing. Rachel's body was never recovered. Just the wreckage and a half-empty bottle still rolling on the passenger floor. After that, Jacob disappeared. Sold everything. Bought a cabin deep in a place no one ever visited anymore, Cabinwood. A place that didn't exist on modern maps. He wanted silence, but the woods gave him something else. The cabin was old, barely standing. Mold curled along the ceiling. The trees were too still, as if listening. Jacob chopped wood, fixed the roof, tried to keep busy. But every time the wind howled through the cracks, it sounded like her voice, whispering his name. By the third night, things began to change. It started with the window. A handprint. Large. Human. Wet, as if someone had leaned close to watch him through the glass. He wiped it away. Locked the doors. Told himself it was just fog. But the next night, the handprint was inside, on the bathroom mirror. Jacob stopped sleeping. He sat by the fireplace with a knife and a bottle. Every sound made his skin crawl. Footsteps upstairs. Breathing that wasn't his. And always, just before midnight, the floorboards would creak, slowly, as if someone was walking across them. Then came the figure. Tall. Still. Skin hanging from its face like wax. Eyes like oil. It stood in the corner of the bedroom, not moving, not speaking, just watching. Jacob screamed, lunged with the knife, but the thing vanished before he could reach it. He tried to leave, tried to start the truck, but when he opened the hood, the engine was torn apart. Wires shredded, claw marks carved into the metal. On the steering wheel, scratched in with something sharp. Stay! Back in the cabin, shaking and broken, Jacob heard the last sound he ever wanted to hear. The answering machine clicked on, and there it was, Rachel's voice. Soft, pleading. Jacob, please don't drive. Please just come inside. I love you, okay? Then the crash. Then silence. Then a whisper. You left me. Now, I stay with you. Jacob fell to his knees. He hadn't heard that recording since the night she died. No one else had access to it. No one should have been able to play it, unless someone or something remembered. That night, the nightmares came for real. Jacob awoke to screaming, not from outside, from beneath the floor. The boards cracked, snapped, and from the dirt underneath, a hand reached up, skeletal, thin, wearing a familiar silver bracelet. Rachel's bracelet. She was under the cabin, buried in the earth. And the thing that had been watching him wasn't her brother, wasn't a ghost. It was him, Jacob, The version of himself that never left the wreckage. The man he tried to drown in guilt and whiskey. The man that remembered. The walls began to bleed. The shadows spoke in Rachel's voice. The figure grew clearer, wearing his face, but rotted, decaying, twisted in grief. Jacob screamed, covering the mirrors, tearing at the walls, but the voice only laughed. You buried me and her, but I'm still here. By morning, the cabin was silent. A year later, hikers found the place. The cabin stood, though barely. Inside was dust and rot, but carved into the bedroom wall were 3 words. I remember now. And on the floor, a human face, peeled clean, rested on the mirror, like it wanted to see itself one last time. Closing note. Some say cabin wood brings out what you fear most. Some say it traps the guilty, but others say Jacob never left. Not really. And if you ever find yourself there, deep in the trees, and you feel something watching you, don't look in the mirror. You might see someone you buried long ago, looking back, smiling,